What's up, what's up, what's up? And we're starting this thing, Aesthetic Businesses Podcast. First guest on episode 2 is going to be Katie Corio. I'm super excited to have Katie Corio on, super heavily influencer in the fitness world. Also monster entrepreneur too. A lot of people don't know that. So stay tuned for that. What's up, what's up, what's up? It's Marcus Cotto here with Mike Mendez. And we have a special guest on Aesthetic Business today. It's Katie Corio.
Woohoo! What's up?
What is good? Oh, man, this is such an awesome, and our first guest on the show.
Yeah.
Right? And I couldn't think of anybody else to bring on because Katie is like the master of manifestation. Right?
Yes. Hey, you are too.
Yeah.
We've been doing that shit together.
I know, right? But a lot of people don't know. Katie and I has been working together. She's been with me since what, 6 years? What? How long has it been?
No, it's been since 2014.
Damn!
So that's 9 years?
9?
No, 8 years.
Yeah. So I want everybody to know, like 2014, right? I would get back to the States after living overseas in 2013. Right? So I was living in the States for 1 year after 11 years. I want everybody to know that after meeting Katie. I don't think she knows that, you know?
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't know that.
So It was a lot going on back then. But man, I don't think people know. When I first met Katie, right, through a mutual friend of ours, you know, shout out to Luke.
Luke.
You know?
Love Luke.
Yeah, love Luke. But the thing is, the first thing she told me, I was like, hey, what do you want to do? What is your goal? Holy crap, did she not drop it this? Right? She was like, I want to I want to go to stage. I want to be in a photo shoots. I want to be in a magazine. I want to have my own clothing line. Like, just, this was 2014, still in college, you know? And
yeah.
Damn it, did she not check all those fucking boxes, right?
I know. Boxes. I feel like every time you're like, okay, what's next? And we come up with something, a year later, it's done.
It's done.
But everything that I've come up with has been with you. Like, that's why I feel like we have this weird, like, energy connection.
I know
that we're just like, okay, what's next? And we like rub the crystal ball and then it works.
Yeah, I love it. Like, her and I are like literally like sister and brother, you know? Man, I call her even when I have like, man, teenage issues. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? You know? Thank you for those tips, you know?
I love it.
But I just want to go over.
I'm gonna be calling you when I have a baby and that's screaming, and I'm be like, what do I do with this?
Oh man, I'm all caught up now. I know what to do.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm gonna ask you some questions and just with fitness and just being an influencer. A lot of people don't know like being an influencer is tough, right? And the transition from the bodybuilding stage, I keep telling everybody, bodybuilding shows it's just a little bitty box, right, of what's going on.
Right.
But after the transition, being an influencer, tell us like how the mental mindset prep for that is, and just being consistent, and how much energy and how to stay motivated. How do you do it?
Well, okay, so first off, I didn't like set out to become an influencer, because when we started working together and you asked me what my goals were, influencer wasn't a thing yet. It was like Instagram had just started, you know? Mm-hmm. So my mindset was more like, I just want to be really successful in fitness. I want to get the fittest that I possibly can, and I want to change lives. And I feel this calling to lead people to that. Like, I felt like this purpose of my life is to encourage and love others and push them to be the best version of themselves through fitness. And in my mind, I also enjoy photo shoots, and I also enjoy looking bomb, and I also enjoy I like being the center of attention.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know.
And I'm like, I see these girls in the fitness magazines, and I'm like, I could do that. Like, why is that not me? Like, that's what I want. Like, those people are reaching the masses, and I know that that's one way that I feel like I could excel and make the biggest difference in people's lives.
Mm.
So that's when social media was starting, and I was like just sharing my journey, not really thinking much of it. And then all of a sudden, like the things that we had decided I was going to do, like with my bodybuilding show, be on a magazine, be on TV with Lou Ferrigno, like those things started happening.
Yeah.
And then I just started to get all this attention on social media, and I became an influencer. But
I remember when we had your first offer, and you were like, "What should I do?" And I was like,
oh God, it
I
was
was
so
like, "Wait."
bad.
I was like, "Just wait," because everybody was hitting you up. You're like, "Oh, everybody's come from everywhere," and I was like, and we decided to just wait because we almost took something, and we were like,
I remember exactly what it was. I won't say the brand,
"Yeah,
but it
exactly."
was
Don't say the brand. Yeah.
it was a supplement. It was a supplement brand. And what he means is like brands that want to work with you when you're getting all this attention and like whatever. So, and that's exciting because like you're starting to make money just doing what you love
Hmm.
when that happens. And I remember calling him and I'm like, "Oh my God, they offered me money." Like they didn't just offer me product, they offered me money. Like that's getting paid, you know? And it was $100.
In college, right? That's a lot, you know.
$100. And I was like, "This is awesome." And you were so supportive. You're like, "Dude, you're doing it. Like, you're getting paid." It's just funny now looking back because I know how much more value that I have than that,
Hmm.
and like how everybody has, but you learn. Um, but yeah, man, like I set out to be the best version of me and help other people do the same. And everything that I wanted, just I started work like I just had tunnel vision for them. I'm like, my whole purpose right now is to achieve these goals.
Yeah.
And that's every decision I made every single day was with that as my end goal. And I think that that's what a lot of people might look at like social media or like influencers and they say like, "Oh, I want to do that. I can do that." But they want to do it because they want attention. They don't want to do it because they want to change lives. They don't
Yeah.
want to do it because they
It's
want
not
like
authentic.
the reason.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just want that external validation that they're valuable
Hmm.
from the masses.
Yeah.
They don't, and if that's your purpose, you're not going to do much with influencing, or you're not going to do much. Like you have to have more depth.
I
You have to
tell
have a
people that
bigger
all the time.
purpose.
You gotta like, you know, and everybody's like, "Oh man, you're so into real estate and you're into bodybuilding," but people don't understand. I'm giving back, right?
Right.
I'm giving back. When I change lives, I
Oh
change
yeah.
lives, right? We change
Oh my
lives.
God.
When I do real
I
estate,
mean,
guess what I'm doing? I'm giving somebody who doesn't have a chance to have a home to raise a family in a great place. I hate slumlord.
right.
I would take care of everybody. So a lot of people don't think
Yeah.
about like giving back, and you really will get the energy you put out there.
Right.
You know?
And I also think that people, they want things and they don't break it down. Why do they want them? But if they did do that, they'll realize, oh, it's because I do want to provide my family like with this.
Mm,
Or like they don't take the time to break down their desires. And a lot of people who have good hearts and they actually do have the right purpose, they don't realize that that's really what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? But even like you, like, I guess what I mean, that was kind of confusing. Like, say like you want to get a raise in your job and you want more money, and you might initially think like, "Oh, I just want more money," but then you say, "Well, why do I want more money?"
hmm.
"Oh, well, I want to be able to buy my kids nicer clothes," or like I want to be able to do take them on nicer vacations, or and then you realize like your reason is because you love your kids and you
Yeah.
want to improve their lives,
Yes.
not because you want money, you know.
Hmm.
But also like talking about changing lives with you, even with bodybuilding, you pushing me to get on stage is what catapulted my life. Like I wouldn't have done anything in the fitness world had I not gotten that confidence that
Yeah.
those shows gave me, and that like when things started clicking and happening for me because of what we did together, I would not be where I am today. So you've changed my life, and in
Oh, thank
turn
you so
it's been
much.
a rip think about it, it's been a ripple effect in everybody's lives that I've
Yeah.
changed through fitness,
It really
like
has.
who I wouldn't have changed had it not been for you and I
Yeah,
at the
and
very
the same
beginning.
thing goes. And you changed mine because we were both radiating off of each other, and it was just
Yeah.
really good energy, you know. Um, some people came in and went, you know, but we are still like
I know.
thriving, which is really good, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
just really proud of you, especially with this Corio active line you have going on, right? Okay, so one of the goals in 2014 it was to have her own line. I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
again. That was 2014 manifestation come to life. You know,
8 years
um,
later.
yeah. I think Mike had some questions about like your some of your brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I was taking a look at some of your stuff online, and I took a look at your website for your active line, and I was very surprised at it because it's, like it's a very nice website. It has on there, it has reviews,
Thank you.
your sweaters on there, other ones, and there's things that are sold out, so that means good business is good.
Yeah.
And what I'll show my wife it, right? Because that's the new loungewear is now the thing that everyone's wearing loungewear. And
Yeah.
I'll show her some of your handbags, and I was asking her like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" I'm a guy. I have no clue about any of these things. I have the same wallet, and I'm good for like 20 years. But
I know.
right. But I was asking her about like the handbags, and she was like, "Yeah, I would rather have something like this than I would pay this much money for this than a Gucci bag because I care more about craftsmanship, uniqueness, than just having the same
Yeah.
bag or whatever these brands are." So my question for that one is like, what's a process that goes into like picking a line and then actually evolving it? Because you don't just have
Yeah.
a sweater, you have multiple things.
Right. So with the bag that you're talking about, I actually gave Marcus's wife Hannah a bag, and she loves her bag. It's like the best bag. And so the reason I made that, which is it's kind of weird because my website, like my line is an activewear loungewear. So we have like leggings, sports bras, and then we also have like sweatshirts and lounging stuff too. So active and lounge. And then I have this one bag, but I'm like, I have to make this bag because I found a bag like that, and it was, I don't know, at the mall somewhere, and it just, the idea of the bag was amazing, but the quality sucked. And I was like, I could make this so much better. And so I did. And every person who bought that bag is just like, this is the best bag. And the
That
reason
bag
it's
is
so
fucking
good,
huge.
I know it's huge, but it looks like a really nice, expensive purse. It's like leather. It has a zipper. It's all gold
Mhm.
details. Like it's beautiful. It's a beautiful bag, but it has the capability to hold absolutely everything you need. Your laptop, a water bottle sleeve inside the bag. So people who are active, like myself, like going around with this will ruin your outfit, you know?
Yeah.
So, so like having a bag that's versatile enough that can take you from the gym to lunch to the airport to work, whatever. That's the reason I made that because I couldn't find a bag that looked beautiful but also had all those qualities. So that's why I made the bag. But when I make my activewear, I really, honestly, when I was little, and this stems to like why I wanted to do this in the first place. I have probably 20 journals of designs. Like I would just draw like clothing designs every day when I was young, and I have them all. And it's weird that it's coming full circle because I
Awesome.
don't really consider myself like a fashion guru or anything. I like being comfortable, and I like cute activewear because there's nothing like putting on a new activewear set and the confidence it gives you when that booty pops in the back
I
and you're at the
love
gym and
Yeah,
you
I
look so
love the
good.
loungewear. I love the loungewear. I
Yeah,
think it's unique, right? And honestly, everybody lounges around. It's fucking genius,
that's
right?
true.
But it looks really good that you can just go out in whatever you're
Right.
in, right? So I think that's really unique. I think you have your own little niche of what's like getting away from the mold of what's going on
Yeah.
and really opening up the gate of something else. I really don't expect anything less, right? So here's the thing. How much energy does it take just
Oh God.
going into just keeping your sanity, keeping like going to the gym and just trying to hold it together as an entrepreneur? Um, and just
So
kind of explain like to everybody like this ain't for the weak.
it's not for the faint of heart. And honestly, like I'm glad that I didn't know that when I started because I wouldn't have done it, honestly. Like it's so hard. It is so hard. And
Hmm.
I call Marcus sometimes just like stressed out of my mind in tears. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why did I do this? And he has to walk me off the ledge. It's just from somebody who started a brand just being a visionary and having a dream and not knowing anything about the industry or about how like the finances of business and the cash flow and all the stuff that you learn as you do it. I would say to anybody who wants to start a brand, just start so small. Start so small, like you only have one product, and optimize the shit out of that product. Make it the best that it can possibly be. Work small and only spend the money that you have already. Don't spend the money that you don't have yet, because that's what I did, and I got myself in a hairy situation. But I'm learning, and like I've although like last year was the hardest year of my life with juggling my two businesses. Like I have my activewear, and then I also do online fitness coaching, and then I'm also an influencer on my YouTube channel. I have like all of the platforms that you have to keep up on to stay relevant and to stay active in the influencing life. And then I'm also juggling like my personal life, my relationships, being a good, girlfriend, dog mom, like taking my dogs out every day. Like
Shout
there's
out to
just so
Simba
much to
from
do.
Weston.
Yeah. It's just a lot. And I know that everybody's life is a lot too, in different ways. But when you're an entrepreneur, it's all on you. There's no guaranteed paycheck. The money stops coming when you stop working. So it's literally all on your shoulders. And that weight it's a lot to bear.
Nobody's
Did I
coming.
answer your question?
It's like that. That
Nobody's
TikTok.
looking.
Nobody's
Yeah.
no one's coming. And that lady,
Yeah.
you know, uh, I think that's really good honesty. I love that. But uh, you have to go through all that things to learn, like to make
I
you
know.
better as just whatever. Even though you were calling, I'm like, yo, it's good. It's good. It's
It
good.
was an expensive education. That's what I'm gonna
Dude,
say.
I bet. But do these people who want sponsors and stuff like that, you want people to sponsor you, you want the people to have all this clothing, these people go through a lot of shit, right? To make things happen. And what I cannot stand is when people be like, oh, I want a sponsor, and they don't believe in the brand, or they don't even they don't understand or even recognize the
Appreciate.
hard
Yeah.
thank you, appreciate what's
Yeah.
going on for them. So if you want to
I know.
and you want to sponsor and all that, dude, you got to work for that shit these nowadays, because nobody wants to do that anymore. They don't
I
want
mean,
to. Yeah.
now that I own my own brand, I have this newfound appreciation for small businesses. Like if somebody wants to send me product, I'm like, wow, you're going to send me your product. Like I know how much work went into this product and I'm not going to take it lightly.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like people brands send you stuff and they don't even really post about it. They don't really care. They just want free shit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
so you got to respect other people and know that every time a brand reaches out, or even if you want to work with a brand, like you're working with people and their dream and their vision and their hard work, and it's not something that you just can throw away or just take advantage of because it's free,
Yeah. Now, honestly, that burns bridges, man. You just never know what that person or whatever will be in the future. That may be like you need to do something and you're conducting, that's just bad business. And unfortunately,
Yep.
in the fitness industry, there is a lot of bad business etiquette. A lot, right? It's just one of those things. I think that's just honestly all businesses, the way I'm learning. Hell, after this closing I went through, Mike, right? I'm like closing on this place this next week. And holy hell, man. Talk about bad business. That's all I'm saying.
Dude.
Anyway, so what is the importance when it comes to just juggling your whole fitness
Yeah.
life, What is
I feel like I'm
the,
still,
the importance of
go
like
ahead.
having like a team around you? The team that nobody knows about, you know?
I feel like I'm still figuring it out. Like even I'm 2 years into my clothing brand and I'm still working out those details. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm still juggling. For me, the biggest struggle is how do I balance my mental health, my physical health? So cute. Oh, I love him. What's he saying?
Dada, he came and opened my door. I was like,
Oh,
what the hell? And then my daughter came and snatched him. I feel like one of those
no,
like,
I wish I could have seen him in the background. That would have been so
I
funny.
thought he was gonna come in here. But go ahead.
Oh, But I was saying, like, I'm still struggling or still figuring out how to juggle my own mental health, physical health, and work at
Yeah.
the same time. Because with in order to make my brand work, I have to give it 100% of my energy. And if I do that, I don't have any energy left for myself or my fitness or the people who follow me, like nothing, you know? So finding that balance. And I think it's because I bit off more than I could chew at first. And the importance of having people in your circle that you can lean on and that you can trust is everything. For me, that's you, Marcus, that's Weston, people who actually understand the grind and who can relate to what you're going through, that you can lean on in times of like doubt or, if you don't know what to do, like you guys keep me sane. Otherwise, I'd be like, I'm done. I'm done with this,
It's hard, man. Even for me,
It's
I
hard.
call you just on real estate stuff sometime or just personal stuff,
Yeah.
and it just, you have to have that. I don't care how successful you are, right?
Yeah.
It is a lonely road and you are only, and the circle is so fucking small,
Yeah. Yeah,
you know?
because you can't trust anyone. You'll find that real quick. You think you could
Yep.
trust someone, you bring them in your circle, and then they backstab you, and you're
Yeah, they
like,
have other agendas. Happens all the time. Mike, I think you wanted to ask a question based off that, right?
Well, especially like talking about those things, the power of partnership, that's amazing. And then talking about like just the chaos that ensues with everything going on. What are some of those things that are like your morning routines that have to happen regardless or
mm.
not, because that ties into everything else?
Marcus has helped me with this a lot. Every time I call him, he's like, "You're not doing your meditations, are you? You're not waking up early, are you?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Okay." So for me, I've learned that the best way to deal with my stress is to wake up really early and have like the first 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours of my day be for me only. Don't even touch my laptop. Don't even open my phone until I work out, I meditate, I eat a healthy breakfast, I get outside. Like those are the things I need to do to start my day to have success. Otherwise, if I get up and I open my laptop, like stress everywhere, and I just like,
It's like a continuing from the next day. It's like it just never,
yeah.
it never stopped, you know?
Hmm.
And I tell you what, I have four S's that I do. That's shit, shower, shave, smoke before I do any damn thing, right? And I go to the gym. I wake up at 4:30 every morning, right? And I wear so many hats, but guess what? That's the only time I have, right?
Hmm.
And and there's so many excuses out there, and people just be like, "Oh, I don't have time to do that." Motherfucker, you waking up at 8 o'clock.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
you ain't ready for this life, because once you start getting more successful, you gotta wake. Your days are gonna get longer. That means you have to
Right.
chase time. You know,
Right.
but it's super important to have that time to yourself. I'm glad you're doing it, because you were like,
Oh,
oh, I was like, then get up, girl.
I feel so much better. I do. I feel amazing. I feel way more energized. I feel more clear in my mind. Like I've been losing weight again. Like I just feel
Mhm.
so good when I do this. And then if I fall off, I'm like, what am I doing? I need to call you. And then you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, man, and you got the Hawaii thing coming up. I'm so excited for you. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Um. Anyway, so let me see what I guess. I don't really think I have anything. What does Corey Active have coming out that's out
Yeah.
right now that everybody needs to get?
Well, we're sold out of a lot of stuff, but we're getting these. These are our varsity crew necks, and they sold out instantly, literally. Like, I think y'all just want me to sell sweatshirts because you just buy them like crazy. But we're restocking these in the three colors they came in, and then we're launching three new colors. They're the best crew neck sweatshirt. They're so soft. Like, every person needs this oversized crew, every girl in their life. Like, I love them so much. So we're launching that, and then we also have a new loungewear collection coming out in about a month. That's going to be amazing. So stay tuned.
So we're talking about February, right?
I'm talking about probably this will be February, and then the other one will be March.
All right. Also, future collabos, Corio Active and CTN Aware. So
Yes,
yes, that's gonna be happening. Super excited about that.
yes, yeah.
Okay,
We're gonna
so
use. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah.
We're gonna use the best activewear collection that we've dropped. It's called Primal, and it's gonna be sick. Like you're gonna love it.
Oh man, y'all have no idea. There's so much stuff going on, man. I'm just super excited about this year. I think last year was, last year was last year, right? But I am
I don't want to talk
so
about it.
excited. I am so excited about this year. I'm so fired up. I'm like taking the fuck off, and I'm so excited for Katie, just everything she's doing, right? If y'all want to get in touch with Katie, we're gonna put all her information on on the podcast, and y'all can get in touch with her from there. Also, y'all can go to my website, and she is one of our affiliates, right? And
Yeah.
y'all can go get that percentage off over there at teamctn.com. Other than
Yes.
that, you have anything?
Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it.
Okay, wrapping it up with Katie, and I hope everybody just took away from what came out of this. And I'm talking about what it takes to be on this level of entrepreneurship, not just what you see on Instagram, because that just does not tell the whole picture. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, man. I mean, one of the big ones is like, again, the power of partnership, man. Like, just there's some people that are in your corners that nobody, like, if you go to her websites or YouTube's, you're not seeing that, but there's a core group for her that's helping her doing that. And I think that's what people really underestimate, man, is the people that you have in your corner are far like most important.
Dude, 100%. Like I think that is super important. I help so many people there with all their endeavors, you know. And the thing is, everybody thinks I just do bodybuilding, but it's not it. From buying their first home, financial stuff, right? Running a business. Hell, I mean, I even know cosmetics like a motherfucker now, you know, because I have so many people. So it's super important to have people in your corner like that, and I'm glad she shared that. But anyway, that's really it.
Yeah.
So,
Until next time, brother.
yep, no problem.